let's get right into it. Playboi Carti new album, Music, or I Am Music, dropped a couple weeks ago. Had time to sit with it, listen to it, come back with my review about it. Features, we got Travis Scott, Kendrick Lamar, The Weeknd, Skepta, Future, Lil Uzi Vert, Young Thug, Ty Dolla $ign, Jhené Aiko, and hosted by DJ Swamp Izzo. 30 songs total. 30 songs total from Playboi Carti. His fan base has been itching for this album. Now, when I first saw 30 songs, I was like, damn, 30 for Playboi Carti. I think Whole Lotta Red had like 20 plus on it. So I was like, yikes. But at the same time, he's feeding his fan base. Whole Lotta Red came out the end of 2020, I want to say. And I feel like for the past 2 years, this album has been teased heavily, especially last year. I thought it was dropping last year. I want to say the end of 2023, he dropped that 2024 song and video. That had fans wondering because he dropped it around the same time he dropped the Whole Lotta Red album. I want to say around Christmas time. So fans thought then, and all last year he was doing features and different songs. Evil Jordan came out last year. Hood by Air. The Carnival verse with Ty Dolla $ign and Kanye. Type Shit verse on Future album. The track with Lotto as well. So he's been very active in the past year, and it culminated with this album, the Music album. And I want to start with, like I said, it was hosted by DJ Swamp Izzo. We've been hearing his tags on different Carti verses and songs in the past year or so as well. And I knew it instantly who Swamp Izzo was. That's the main thing with this entire episode. The difference of people my age, let's say people my age, the 30 and over crowd versus the 30 and under crowd when it comes to this specific genre of hip-hop. And that's what I want to call it. I'm going to touch back more on this later on when I talk about the mumble rap era. It's just another genre of hip-hop. If you want to call it hip rock, vamp shit that Carti do, the shit Lil Uzi, Lil Yachty, it's another genre. If you want to call it the mumble rap genre of hip-hop, it's the mumble rap genre of hip-hop. A lot of people don't like when you say different genres of hip-hop, but it is what it is. We got trap music. We got the boom bap, hip-hop music. We got the Rick Ross, the luxurious raps. We got mumble rap. We got melodic rap. Same thing they do with rock and roll. If rock and roll can do it, why can't us hip-hop people do it? You know what I'm saying? It's not a downgrade. With this Carti album, he got the features that you'll normally see on a Future or a Lil Baby album. Travis Scott makes sense. Kendrick Lamar, that was very well placed. Kendrick Lamar on about 3 songs on this album, ad-libs, features. He was very active on a few songs on this album, and that made people from the outside world of this Playboi Carti target audience, fan base, whatever you want to call it, be like, if Kendrick Lamar on it 3 times, he must be talking about something when it's really just pure energy. That's the best way I can explain Playboi Carti music throughout all these years, from the self-titled album to Die Lit. I didn't really like Whole Lotta Red like that. For my ears, Sky was cool, Stop Breathing was cool, but sonically, I just didn't rock with it. But when I saw him do it live on YouTube, like Rolling Loud, with the guitar and all that coming to play, it made sense. So this music album definitely drew a line between the older crowd and the newer crowd in terms of age, because Swamp Izzo, I knew him from Rich Game mixtapes, DJing at the Blue Flame. I knew exactly who he was, and I saw people on the internet kind of like going at him because he was doing his tags so much. I'm like, well, y'all would not survive the mixtape era. The mixtape era was for the DJ to get their shit off before the song, start the song over multiple times. That would make mixtapes. So I was not mad at DJ Swamp Izzo at all. And the features did kind of surprise me a little bit. The more I listened to this album, the more it put me in the mind of, as a person who didn't really care for a Whole Lotta Red, this was the album I would have liked after Die Lit. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, yeah, Carti was underground, but he had ties early to the mainstream guys, so it seemed like everything came into play with this music album. Different vibes. You got the vamp shit he does. You had some melodic shit with The Weeknd and Young Thug and Ty Dolla $ign on here as well. You had the voice changes, which got a little bit overwhelming, a little bit, in my opinion, with this album. I appreciate it because you got to do something different. Him changing his voice, we seen it years ago with, I think, that song called PC Pamper or something like that. We saw it years ago, but this one is a more deep voice change. A few songs on here, I thought he was Future. On the Toxic song with Skepta, because they didn't have the features available, I was like, oh shit, Future going crazy. That was Playboi Carti with that voice change. But even the voice wasn't it. It was the cadence, the way he was saying the words. It sounded like Streets calling Future. So sometimes that voice change got a little bit overwhelming, but I'm not going to lie, y'all. Overall, I really enjoyed this album. 30 songs is crazy, though. I think Whole Lotta Red had like 20 plus. 30 songs, Playboi Carti, I was like, ugh. I rock with you, Carti, but coming off a Whole Lotta Red, I didn't really know what to expect with this album, but his songs on here I like. I think a big just of the album in terms of the 30 songs, he had like Travis Scott on like 3 songs, I feel like. Like I said, Kendrick Lamar was on a few. I feel like if you were to say, okay, Travis Scott on here 3 times, let's just keep one Travis Scott verse. What my favorite with the Travis Scott, I'll say, is probably not Charge Them Hoes a Fee. Wake Up Filthy. I love that one with Travis Scott. So some of that could have been cut down, but his fan base been itching for it for about 2 years. So I'm not mad at that. I saw a little bit of the Rolling Loud performance. He was just playing most of the album, getting fans feedback. Casanat was on stage. The Weeknd came out. But one thing Whole Lotta Red taught me, when bruh get it right live, because Whole Lotta Red, he brought the guitar in. All the kids wearing black in the crowd. The stage a blackout. They just vampires at night dancing to his music. Now let's talk about some of my favorite songs from this album. One of my biggest knot was when I pressed play, it kind of started a little bit too loud for me. You know what I'm saying? That's why I go back to the drawing the line with the age difference. Somebody who was probably 26 years old, they probably loved the intro to this album. Me personally, I was like, goddamn. Like, ease me into it, especially coming off Location on the self-titled album with the Harry Fraud production, how smooth the album just start. Die Lit, Long Time, how smooth the album just start. Me thinking that, I would have probably liked K-pop as the intro more, or Eva Jordan. Now, Eva Jordan being out, I heard it, but that beginning with the transition into the song, I think he added that in his live performances last year with the popular song with The Weeknd. That would have been a great intro. Like, if I never heard Eva Jordan before and that was my first time hearing it with that transition at the beginning, that would have been a hell of an intro for this album. But the way he started his album, it was like, a little bit too much for me. K-pop, I really like. Eva Jordan, like I just said, I really like. Mojo Jojo with the Kendrick Lamar ad-libs. I don't know if they were together. I doubt they were together in the studio. If they was, I would have loved to see that studio footage of them and just Kendrick just ad-libbing Carti shit. Carti with the voice change once again on this song. It was easily a standout for me. Like, he came on there talking his shit. Like, that's one thing about Carti over the years. A lot of his songs just be chants. I guess that's why I kind of like it. Like, it be very chanty. Remind me of some old Lil Jon type shit. But when he like rapping, you just listen to what he say. He like, if it wasn't for this voice change, if it was his regular voice, this shit would probably stand out a little bit more. But with the voice change, people think he just saying some googly goggly shit when he saying some real shit. I'm on 285, fuck the popo, fuck him. It got Kendrick just doing the ad-libs going crazy. I really like Mojo Jojo. Toxic featuring Skepta. Like I said before, I thought that was Future on the first verse. The way he was saying his words, it sounded like Streets calling Future. And the features wasn't available, so I was thinking this Future, and it was Playboi Carti with the voice change. But that Mosh Pit been Toxic hook, that shit gonna go crazy live. That's one thing about this album I paid attention to more after a Whole Lotta Red. What songs can I see bruh doing live that'll go crazy? And Toxic is definitely one of them. Charge Them Hoes a Fee with Future and Travis Scott. It ain't on type shit level. I think type shit with those three, yeah, that's a good topic as well. Travis Scott, Future, and Playboi Carti. Type shit last year went crazy. They got this song that I really like on this album. It was last year, if I'm not mistaken, at a Travis Scott concert, he brought out Future and Playboi Carti, and it was a picture of those three together. And I sent it to the group chat, and I said, bro, this is 3 generations of something. Future, Travis Scott, Playboi Carti. That's 3 generations of something. It's not trap music, definitely not. But I don't know what it is. It's 3 generations of something though. But shout out to those 3 guys. I really like the Chart Them Hoes a Feast song, but type shit last year, that's gonna be hard to repeat after you got the Travis Scott verse transitioning to the Carti verse. That's gonna be hard to top, but Chart Them Hoes a Feet is a good song. Wake Up Filthy, one of my favorites featuring Travis Scott. Rap Game Hardy Boys, that's what I call them too. Jumpin' featuring Lil Uzi. That Uzi verse was just better than the whole Pink tape in my opinion. He wasn't saying nothing of interest, but I was like, okay, this is why I'd rather hear Uzi on rather than the shit he did on Pink tape. Pink tape just didn't really align. It just felt a little bit too 2017-ish for me. But this verse, alongside Carti, those two are like the Goku and Vegeta of mumble rap in my opinion. I like it. Cocaine Nose, I really enjoy. One of the early standouts for me was Like Weezy with the Rich Kids Bend Over sample. And I've loved seeing this within the past week. Rich Kids off this song, Like Weezy, and the Ball song, they've been going crazy on TikTok. Young L.A. and J Money from the Ain't I remix of Don't I Be with J Money, sir. And I used to rock with J Money heavy and Young L.A. When it comes to Rich Kids, I rock with them, but I was more of a Travis Porter guy than I was a Rich Kids guy. But I've enjoyed seeing that era get a spotlight shine on them via TikTok within the past few weeks. Schoolie from Rich Kids, he's always been spoke upon about one of the guys from the A who helped curate a sound that a lot of rappers took and really didn't give him the acknowledgement he deserved. Like, a lot of people feel like Schoolie should be bigger than what he is. J Money, Young LA, that futuristic era, black boy, white boy era, that was the era I started going out, going to the teen parties and all that good stuff, MySpace days. I really enjoyed seeing those guys go viral on TikTok and Twitter, Facebook within the past few weeks. And the Light Weezy, as soon as I heard the sample, I said, that's that bend over shit. And the way Carti just flipped it, he from Atlanta too, so Light Weezy was dope. And the outro, South Atlanta, baby, the production. That's one thing. If anything, you're going to take away from this Playboi Carti album. 1 out of 30 songs, you let that shit play, you going to find something that'll get you up and be like, okay, I don't know what the hell he's saying, but this shit going. And the production. An instrumental of this album is very necessary, in my opinion. That South Atlanta, baby beat is crazy. So that's the thing with Carti. With this I Am Music album. This is my main takeaway. 1, he was able to put it all together. It's different vibes throughout this album. You got the vamp shit. You got the melodic shit with The Weeknd. You got the quote-unquote get the mainstream attention. You still got the underground shit for the underground fans to enjoy. You got the energetic shit. I can see you performing live on tour. And then it made me think about his Rolling Loud performance, I want to say 2023. It's one of the ones that got a lot of millions of views on YouTube. And he ended, matter of fact, it was the one he ended with Location for the first time. After the Whole Lotta Red era, because it was dark, he was mysterious. And then he did Location at the end of the Rolling Loud performance with the guitar. That shit was amazing. And somebody in the comments said, you know how on YouTube and Reddit they do these theories. So somebody's theory was when he performed Location at the end of that performance, it was a way of ending that era of Playboi Carti with the Whole Lotta Red and whoop-de-whoop. He was showing you like, yeah, I did this Whole Lotta Red shit. Yeah, my image looked different. People calling me demons. You know, all that. He was like, it's still some Atlanta, that Atlanta Carti, Cash Carti is still there because I'm performing the intro to my self-titled album, Location. And I'm incorporating the guitar and all that. It's still showing y'all that Atlanta Carti is still here. I'm not throwed off like everybody's saying. And with this album, with the features and the different sounds, the different vibes throughout the album, it's kind of like he's breaking away from that dark, mysterious Playboi Carti that he's been really all his career. When I went back and did my research on when I first got put on to him, he be out, but, he was out, but he was still mysterious. Compared to now, he like totally mysterious. You don't even see bruh unless he doing videos or something like that, or one of his fan pages post them. So this album made a lot of sense to me. Being somebody who didn't know what to expect, like, yeah, I like 2024, Evil Jordan, the Carnival verse. I've enjoyed what I've heard, but still, when it comes to an album, I didn't know what to expect. But overall, I think Playboi Carti, and he got the outsiders who don't listen to his music, at least they seeing the features and they seeing the feedback and was like, well, this the hot topic. I got to do it. And it's been kind of weird, especially from them guys up top in New York and California. If you're not really from the South, it feel like, or if you don't know, you just don't know. So when this your first intro to Carti music, you kind of looking like, I don't get it. Not realizing this a whole different, bruh, this dude is different than he was in Whole Lotta Red. The voice changing, like when because people ask me, they're like, which one was him on the album? It was so many different voices. I like, if you didn't know who that person was on this song, it was probably him. When you hear Young Thug, you know it's Young Thug. When you hear Travis Scott, Kendrick, Janae, you know who these people are. Whoever you heard on this album and you don't know who they are, it was probably Carti changing his voice up. So me personally, as a fan of Carti, his music, if I want to put somebody on, I'm a Die Lit guy. I rock with self-titled, but Die Lit is the one front to back I'm a vouch for regardless. Him and Pierre went crazy. That Right Now song, that need to be in the Smithsonian producer beats. Pierre need to put that Right Now beat up there with whatever he need to do. So I understand the feedback, the pushback, but if you just don't know, you just don't know.